Today we give a morning buzz to Jeremy Wheeler of the organization Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America. Jeremy served in the United States Army from 2000 to 2006 and was deployed twice to Iraq. Jeremy, thanks so much for waking up early with us. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for having me.
We were last night, I joined you all at the IAVA Heroes Gala, an incredible event here in New York City, and all the talk was of the potential of sending more troops to Afghanistan. 8 years on now, 35,000, 40,000, whatever the number is. Jeremy, talk a little bit about the toll that takes on the troops.
It definitely affects not only troops, but the family members. The more time you spend overseas, the greater potential for suffering from PTSD or just becoming disconnected with the folks back home.
And what's the number one concern of your organization as you sit and you look out? Is it PTSD? Is it the family relationships afterward? What is IAVA really focusing in on?
Right now what we're focusing in on is trying to address mental health injuries. That it's coming to light that a number of veteran support campaigns need to be, platforms need to be enacted to sort of help vets come home. It's the transition that's very important once you come back from overseas. Sort of the a coming home ritual where you feel welcome and you can actually discuss what happened over there. It's a very emotional experience, and it's definitely something that you need to get off your chest. You can't just hold it in, and it'll start to slowly destroy you from the inside, if not.
And we hear Jeremy about the stigma that a lot of these guys feel about going to see a therapist or a psychiatrist of some kind. They don't want to be labeled as a guy who has a mental problem or something. How do you break through that with your guys?
It's breaking through the stigma it's very difficult. It's hard. It's socially unacceptable to go to a therapist, but it is not unacceptable to speak to your friends about it. I've personally had numerous conversations with veterans I didn't even serve with, but we were still able to air things off of our chest and sort of create a community of healing. And that's exactly what we try to do with IAVA, with communityofveterans.com. You can go to IAVA.org and join this community that consists solely of Iraq and Afghanistan veterans, where we can get together and talk about any issues. Like, think of it as like a Facebook for vets only.
Yeah, it's a great site, and you talk about the transition home. You have a whole section there. Quickly, Jeremy, just got to ask you before I let you go here about Fort Hood. We had the president there yesterday. Any lessons to be learned from that horrible, horrible tragedy?
I just think that we have to keep in mind that a lot of new information comes about from that situation every day, and really what we need to do is just extend our thoughts and prayers as a nation to the families and friends of those affected and offer our support to them in any way, emotionally, physically, in this time.
All right, Jeremy Wheeler of IAVA. It's a great organization. Again, the website, IAVA.org. You, Paul Rykoff, Ed Vick, all you guys doing a great job with that organization in just a few short years. Keep up the good work, and we appreciate your service and think about you on this Veterans Day.
Thank you, Will, and it was good meeting you last night.